Hi, Duane Henry Hoefer Lyon, the street preacher. Our theme today is I Am a Lifetime Student. Our series, Conversations with a Street Preacher, number 8. What a setting, a one-room schoolhouse. Look back there on the wall. President George Washington, President Abraham Lincoln, two great presidents. I chose this setting because that's what I want to talk about, learning. People learn different ways. Now, I'm a big advocate of homeschooling, number 1. Number 2, Christian schools. And number 3, there are some good public schools. You just have to look real hard. Usually the more rural communities have more leeway. My problem with many public schools is this type of assembly line learning, one shoe fits all, because a teacher only has so much time. And I was an assembly line learner. I failed English 3 times. I quit my junior year of high school because I did not want to fail a 4th time or take 4 Englishes my senior year. It is ironic now that I'm writing books. I've written full-time for 3 newspapers. Wouldn't my English teachers be proud of me? I still can't really spell, but there's spell check. And there's editors to look over things I write. But I write like I talk. Raised in Kentucky, heritage in Louisiana. I'm a Cajun hillbilly. That's going to be my reality show. But I want to talk about learning. If I can't learn from you, or I can't teach you, I'm not going to hang around you long. I learn every day. The last teaching I talked about mind, body, spirit. I just cannot drive by a museum in a new community and not go in it. And I wrote a huge article recently, and they gave me a key to the museum. I was writing about the museum. And I've had such favor. I'm so thankful for the favor of God. I graduated Christ for the Nations, Bible college. I never went to a literary school, studied criminal justice in a community college. But when I got out of high school, began to travel the world, I got an education. I found out that people are people. Now I want to give you some of my tips. I love books. To my poet students, I tell them you're going to be a great poet, you're going to have to read great poems and be around great poets. You're going to have to read. I believe the greatest writers, novelists, or whatever they are poets. In this little classroom, I found this little book, Streets and Roads. And there's a couple young people roller skating, looks like down the highway. I used to roller skate in the roller rink, and I ice skated in, where was I? In Sweden one time, and that was fun. I did okay. I love this little book. It's in it talks about long country roads, bread and jam, a wish that came true. On city streets, it talks about a funny balloon ride, the Halloween party. On animals in town and country, Skipper and the Black Dog, Fluffy Tail and the Peanut Hunt, Chip the Baby Chipmunk. I mean, that's a great book. That is a great book, but it's not my book. I will put it back. A lot of libraries give away books now. A lot of stuff's going digital. People not reading books like they were. I've got this book as a gift. 5,000 1- and 2-liners on every occasion. All these books are in my wheelhouse to read soon. And I mean, this is a reference book for everything. I mean, just every subject, one-liners, from dancing to doctors to taxes and teenagers. And we're going to take a look at it. Here's another free book, 44 Irish short stories. It's interesting. Normally, I don't think I'd find myself reading Irish stories, but one of my professors in college said, Duane, don't just read one kind of book, read all kinds of books, talk with all kinds of people. Don't just read books maybe you are drawn to or agree with from the start. Broaden your horizon. Thank you, Dr. Belcher. Another free book, Plain Speaking, Harry S. Truman, an oral biography, free book. Wow, what a jewel. The last one now, I'll have to check this out, but I like the title. It was Free Emotional Intelligence, Why It Can Matter More Than IQ. What's my number one book? The Holy Bible. What a piece of literature. The entire Bible is written in verse, and much of it is written as poetry. Now, I believe every word of the Bible. Every word of the Bible. My favorite version is the King James, and I preach from it, teach from it, study from it, but I have lots of other types I glance at. Living Bible, Amplified, others. I have a wide variety. But learning is a lifetime for me. I touched on this on an art chat and in a recent teaching conversation with a street preacher, talking about mind, body, spirit. And mind is part of it. To feed your mind. You are what you eat, you are what you read or you don't read. Non-readers or non-studiers or non-thinkers, I don't hang around long. I like to go deep. I like to think. I like to study people. I read books, I read people, and every day is a classroom. I'm a lifetime student. I will study every day of my life. I read 2 newspapers this morning, USA Today and free, can read at the library. I like to read other correspondents and columnists because I've written in those venues and I learn from other people. I learn by travel. I'll go in a little museum and read everything in it and get lost in there. Now, we have busy lives, but there are some down times. We could listen to audio books instead of giving the one finger salute to our fellow travelers going down the road. We could be praying. There's so many different ways to study. But a lot of people are not working their mind now, and they're out of balance. They're not feeding their mind. I need art. I need architecture. I need to look at flowers. I love gardening. I love cooking. I love learning how to cook new things. And I love eating. So I want you to think about this. Are you a lifetime student? Do you have a library card? Have you been to the museum in your town? Have you taken your children and grandchildren? Some time back, I was at the Grand Canyon, and people lived 30 miles from the Grand Canyon, had never been to it. Think about this, friend. I'm a lifetime teacher. I'm a lifetime student. I always want to be studying and learning and broadening my horizon. I'm as hungry to learn at this moment as I have ever been in my life. Now, I don't know exactly why, but I just am. I'm burning and yearning to learn. I'm writing poems daily, travel, study, working, doing my missionary work. I love to study people and cultures. So I want you to think about it. Give it some thought. Hey, I love you. I appreciate you. You have a great day. Bye-bye.